So now continues this parting from the four attachment by great Lama Sachapa Kunga Nyingpo. He came in this world, second sentient being, in the 12th century, beginning of 12th century. So he received this teaching direct from the Buddha Manjushri, and then he passed this teaching to his son Sonum Tsemo, Takpa Jansen, then to his nephew, kind of a Sakapendita and Chujapakpa, and then continues past one master to next after today. So we are very fortunate part of that circle. Yeah? So what we're practicing is like we continue same stream where they originated. So in that way, we kind of part of the mala. Yeah? When you count, we continues from the mala. So in that point of view, we are so fortunate. And then I always say, like, I don't have much thing to offer. I don't have much experience, much knowledge about these things. But always I am so proud where I received this teaching. Such a perfect masters, like I let Khenpo Ngawang and also his own Sakhen. And just before my great teacher passed away, just a week before I managed to saw him, and then he recommended me to one of the men you should concentrate to practice this parting from the four attachment, combined with the Bodhicitta Avatara. He said that that's the greatest practice you can do. So these two contains everything. So in this way, also one of period's time when I visited him, he always kind of encouraged me to give more talk on this parting from the four attachment and 7-point mind training, because most I'm giving teaching is like a kind of a householder in the Western world, so not have much time as like a fully ordained or non kind of full-time study. So this teaching is a very kind of a short, and at the same time is a condense all the teachings there. So it's very helpful. So in that way, I don't have a much kind of proud to give this teaching, but I have a proud what my teacher recommended to kind of share this teaching with others. So in this sense, I'm very grateful to have this opportunity, and also it's a tremendous benefit myself when I give teaching. Bit by bit, also I accumulate my own little bit experience or a little bit more knowledge, because when you give teaching, also I need a lot of homework to read, to think. Like it's not that easy, you know. When you give teaching, constantly you have to reflect, make sure it's as correct as possible, because we are human beings. Not going to be 100% what I say is going to be perfect, and of course you expect lots of that's imperfect. That's the reality. But the responsibility is like to talk as close as like what teaching stated in the text. So this is so important. Yeah. So this parting from the four attachment, with the four parts. The first, if you have attachment to this life, you are not Dhamma practitioners. And the second one, if you have attachment to samsara, you do not have a renunciation. Third, if you have attachment self-purpose, you do not have a bodhicitta. And the third, if grasping arises, you do not have a right view. So we completed the first three, but I just summarized the third one. If you have attachment to self-purpose, you do not have a bodhicitta. So these based on the four topics. The first, in order to benefit for others, meditate on loving kindness. Second, in order to free others from suffering, meditate on compassion. Third, in order to help others, one must attain Buddhahood. So it's a bodhicitta meditation. And then fourth, to train the bodhisattva way of life. So the first three, loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, when we in the path, the most of the time we should concentrate on the meditation to build this perfect kind of a realization. Then when you're going to have a right kind of a what you call the qualification or right condition to really help others, to bring them happiness, free them from suffering, and lead to attain full enlightenment, it's like when you reach Buddhahood. So only that time possible to succeed what we meditating right now. But while we in the path as a practitioner, it is impossible to fulfill everything what we're meditating. So more we should train our mind to develop this perfect condition. Then when we're not meditating, time to time, it's important to do whatever you could to make others be happy. Do whatever you could to free others from suffering. Do whatever way to create the condition others practice Dharma to attain Buddhahood. Yeah? And you can, when you're not meditating, you're creating this condition. Then that's the first three. Now fourth, the training of the Bodhisattva way of life. So this again, you can talk about two parts. One is a post-meditation practice. One is during the meditation times of practice. Like when we talk about the two kind of one is like ripening yourself, the 6 perfections. Second is ripening to others for social gathering. That's 2 ways to train the Bodhisattva way of life. The first, when we talk about 6 perfections, the first 3 more we practice during the post-meditation, like generosity, patience, and I think first generosity, ethic, and patience. These 3 mainly we train post-meditative state, and the diligence is both post-meditative state and then meditative state is useful. And then contemplation and wisdom mainly we train during the meditation time. Yeah, so that's how train in this 6 perfection, meditative state and post-meditative state. And then for social gathering, it's mainly we practice during the post-meditative state, when we actually with the kind of with the sentient beings. Among them, the first 2, again I can say more like a post-meditative state, kind of a generosity and pleasant speech. And then 3rd and 4th, more like a meditative state, like you meditate with the other beings, or you lead yourself as an example to practice the meditation. Yeah. So this way, if you know what time is the right practice, and then one can be successful on this type of practice. So in this way, if you keep kind of practicing, then eventually grasping self not going to be there. It's a kind of it frees us from that grasping self and totally transform change into others. So now we again go back to the first line. If you have attachment to this life, you're not Dharma practitioner. It's really important, extremely important. So every one of us, whatever state of we having difficulties, mental state, physical state, emotion state, we may have so many kind of concepts, this problem causes this and that, but we reality fail to recognize the essence, the real cause of this problem. The real cause of this problem comes from our delusion mind, and delusion is the karma they created. Yeah. So in order to free the root cause of the problem, the only path is the Dharma. Dharma is the only way to free this delusion and the karma. So in order to practice Dharma, the main obstacle not make us to practice pure Dharma is grasping for this life. Grasping this life is the biggest obstacle to the Dharma. Because firstly, if you attach to this life, it not allows you to practice Dharma. Means like we always talk about, oh, I'm busy, I have to go out there. I have to have to do these things. I have to busy something else. So all this is busy because of attachment to this life. We have a little time to practice Dharma. The lost time that block us to practice Dharma, first one. And then even if we have a time to escape from that worldly busy life to Dharma, still attachment, it makes us diluting this Dharma. Yeah? Not perfect Dharma. So therefore, if one sincerely want to take the very pure medicine to uproot our delusion and karma, one need to do pure Dharma. To pure Dharma, one need to not attach for this life. So again, we say like it's not that easy to not to attach for this life, but we have to prepare. We have to create the condition to not attach this life. So that for that preparation, then we talk about how hard to obtain human person's rebirth. Not just hear from the teaching, not good enough. No, you really need to meditate from your gut feeling. Really knows if this is true, it's really hard to find. So, and that when you really realize, the moment you realize how hard human person's rebirth, that moment you don't want to waste this human life. You don't want to misuse this one. So not to misuse, not to waste, what is the best way to utilize the practice pure Dharma? That motivation thought comes up. Now that when even you develop that thought to motivate to Dharma, but in order not to delay or postpone, we have to think about impermanence. Because impermanence is reality. Today we have a healthy mind, healthy body. It's the perfect time to practice Dharma. Don't wait for tomorrow. I'm not saying tomorrow we're going to die. You never know. Something else, some activity just comes up, then say, I can't, I have to do this. So that moment, almost like a death, you take opportunity, there's no opportunity. Or you maybe get sick, or you maybe not feeling good. You never know, So tomorrow is very unreliable. So this reason, the moment you have a healthy mind and healthy body, it's a perfect time. People ask, what time is good to Dharma? Then when you have a healthy mind, healthy body, it's a perfect time.